Well, because Seattle isn't dirty, chaotic, and dangerous enough, new legislation in the city would effectively legalize crimes like assault and trespassing. That law was drafted by local public defenders, so as you can imagine, not everyone qualifies for these new protections.
Councilmember Herbold tells me right now the municipal court doesn't give defendants a good way to explain their underlying life circumstances.
It gives the defense, the attorneys representing the client, the opportunity to share that story with the court.
So what underlying life circumstances will get you out of jail? The nose ring lady didn't explain, so we've invited Jason Rantz on to do so. He's a radio show host in Seattle. Hey, Jason.
Hey. Well, all you have to do is say that you're homeless or low income or dealing with the symptoms, not actual mental illness, but the symptoms of mental illness. What this bill essentially does is carve out a legal loophole that allows for crimes to address, quote unquote, basic needs. So what that means is, let's say you go ahead and break into a car, you steal a radio, you sell it. That gives you a pass so long as you're saying, well, I was stealing it and selling it because I needed to buy food. And what the proponents will tell you, like Lisa Herbold, who is the council member who is behind this, is that this is all about stopping the criminalization of the poor, which is, of course, absolutely absurd. I defy anyone, literally anyone, to find me the case of the mother who is stealing baby formula for her starving kid, or the guy who just can't get by because he doesn't have food. We're not prosecuting those people. The ones we're talking about here are the ones who take a piece of cement, throw it into a storefront, steal bicycles, go into stores in the middle of broad daylight and steal a whole bunch of stuff. That's what we're talking about here. And by the way, those folks right now rarely get charged by the prosecutors here. The irony in all of this is Lisa Herbold herself was just a victim of a crime. She called the police, which she defunded just a couple weeks ago, to report someone had thrown a rock at her home. Now, obviously, that is a crime. People should not do that. But under her bill, all that person would have to do is say, I kind of felt depressed about the direction the city is going in, and I felt I had to do that. And technically, that is an affirmative defense that could get that person off for paying for that crime. But of course, she calls 911. She wants the actual investigation.
Wait, so the nose ring lady called the police? That seems racist to me.
Yeah, you're not. Well, to be fair, this was a white guy, so you are, in fact, allowed to call 911.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's systemic, Jason. Come on now. Wake up.
That is true. Look, it's really bad. And what this ends up doing is it's not actually helping anybody. You're not giving consequences to people who, in large part, when we're talking about these crimes, we're talking about people who are dealing with a serious issue concerning drugs. And if you don't get them in the system, if you don't actually get them on the right path, they end up doing what they usually do, which is continue to destroy their lives. Travis Berge is an individual who had almost 40 convictions, right? He didn't really get punished all that harshly. He was in and out of the system. They didn't really take it seriously. He ends up brutally murdering someone in a park in Seattle just a few weeks ago. That is the path that we're going down. Seattle right now is on life support. And with a bill like this, you're going to flatline the city. And that is a serious concern that even some liberals in the city are starting to speak up about.
Yep. Letting junkies